No, okay, okay. I love the new. Oh my gosh, dude. Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Mama Bear. Today we are going to learn just a few basic decorating tips that I've come to learn in my time of playing Minecraft, and I just wanted to let you guys know, because I know I've had some questions on how do you decorate and make things look so nice. So let's turn around. I got a bunch of stuff laid out here, so we'll go through it one at a time. The first thing I want to go through is planting flowers, like outside your house or on your path or in your house even. You have to plant flowers on a dirt or a grass block. You can't plant them on anything else. But if you were going to put this outside your window ledge or even in your house, you just don't want a piece of dirt in your window or in your house. So if you take trapdoors and you just put trapdoors along all four sides, it gives it like a container type look. So then it looks like the dirt is inside the trapdoor. So it looks like you've potted this flower, and it just gives it a neater look, and it gives it a little bit of dimension as well. I like using the spruce trapdoors when it comes to grass, because it looks like it's just contained, like the pot is contained a little better. What are you doing over here? Are you admiring my decorating? I'm definitely not a professional decorator. I could probably learn a thing or two from your village, right? No? Okay. Well, you should go home. No, okay, okay. I love the new... Oh my gosh, dude. I love the new warped trapdoors with their different looks. And one thing that I noticed, let's see if I can grab it. That and that. If you take a warped log and then you put the trapdoor over it, it kind of gives a feel of it's got this carved look to it. So I really like that. Okay, back to what we were doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna keep doing my tutorial, okay? You can just rudely be there. Okay, so along with the flowers, if you would like to plant what looks like a small tree, you could use a composter. And I would say definitely make sure you fill it up with something, because then this looks like potting soil and just different things that a plant would be in. If it's empty, it will just look like your little tree is floating over it. So make sure you fill it up, and just a couple bushes, and it makes it look like there's a little bush tree thing there. You could also do that with a cauldron. Once again, make sure you fill it up, because if you don't, the tree will look like it's floating there. And you can also do the trapdoors again. And it's just different ideas to give different levels of depth, dimension, and using blocks other than what they are meant to be used for, to make them look different. Blah, blah. Sorry. Okay. Here we have just the grass block, which really you could have any block. If you wanted glowstone in there to make it light, you could do that. The trapdoors make it look like it's in a box or potted, and then you have the couple bushes, and so it looks like a hedge. This design, I do believe, I originally got this from Kusa. I want to say yes, definitely from Kusa. And he had done the fence post and then leaves around it, and he used different types of leaves to give it a different feel. And then I added the lantern in there to kind of make it look like a fairy light, or just a light a way to light up your build where you don't have lights all over the place, but you can decorate with it. Okay, the next set of things I worked on was a wall. I love to build walls to do raids. You could also think of this as just a cave wall. When it's just the plain stone, it has no depth, no dimension, nothing to look at. Your eyes just stare at flat, 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 flat. Same thing over and over and over. So if you break it up, I used cobble, andesite, gravel, stone brick. I've also used like light gray concrete powder before. You can give it texture because the different blocks have different textures, so it breaks it up and makes it easier on the eye. And then to give it some depth, I put a wall in here because it kind of darkens and just gives it that look of maybe like the wall is carved out a little bit, you know, in a cave. It could look like different levels of the wall. And then I added a few buttons here and there because that also gives it just that little extra depth. So with the button, the block, and the wall, we have 3 levels of depth to this wall. And it really makes it look nice, I think, to, you know, make sure that you're getting that depth in there. Okay, so over here we have a part like that would go on top of this wall. And it's just plain stone brick. There's nothing special about it. You know, you can walk up it and be on top of your wall, and that's it. So if you take the same concept and you use the different type of stairs, cobble, stone brick, andesite, stone, you know, and mix them all up randomly. Use gravel in here and buttons. I put the lantern on. If you were to put this on top of that wall, it would match better and it would look better. And you could still do things like putting that on there to give it some depth. And then I use the buttons as well. And put one down there. And that gives it some more depth as well. So then on the inside here, I use stairs, and you can see just a little poke of the stairs coming through. So that kind of breaks up just the full-on square. You get a little bit of square. And then when you walk up here, you can walk in the center because of using the stairs. And then you've got a wall that is looking nice and it's functional. And you could use this as a bridge if you wanted. I guess I wouldn't have this inside portion if it was a bridge, but it's just an idea to show you how to break things up to give you some more texture and dimension to your build. Next, over here, let's get rid of this stuff. We have wool and carpet. So if you want to make your floor out of wool, because wool is very colorful, it's got a pretty texture and everything. The thing that you could do is add little pieces of the same color of carpet to give it a little texture if you wanted some. Then you can also put lights underneath and not have to worry about them showing. This works really well if you want to show the different levels of texture, or with the darker colors. It works, you know, if you don't want to show the different levels. Alright, so for lighting, like light poles, I've done a couple different things here. You can use fence posts and stained glass panes and then lanterns to make, you know, a light pole. And these are just really simple, easy light poles, but they're a lot prettier and neater than just randomly throwing torches or lanterns around your build. You can use any variant of the walls to build a pole up and then bring it over, and these new chain blocks go absolutely amazing with the lantern. And so I did that. I did this one to show that you could do more than just a simple pole. Like if you just want something that looks nice but you're not really into decorating or don't know what to do, this is really easy to do to make your base look just a little bit neater. And then this just brings it up another step if you want something to look even neater. And then over here we have moving, you know, into making it more neat. Is that right? More neat? You can put a block on the bottom, any block really. I just use stone here, and I mostly use stone because it was gray and it went in with the diorite really well. And then I added some trap doors because it matches in with the blue, and you can see the gray through the trap doors. So it's like it has a base, you know, so it's not going to tip over. And then it's got the pole and the lighting, and the colors go together, but the blue doesn't overwhelm and the white doesn't overwhelm. So you want to make sure that your colors are contrasting together or matching together nicely. So on this one I used the prismarine wall, and I didn't use the blue lanterns because that would have just been a whole lot of blue, way too much blue. So then you could use, you know, a different color trapdoor down here. I did the same thing with the new black stone just to show you the new, one of the new blocks. And then over here I wanted to show you another way of using a block outside of its purpose. This is an anvil, and if you have an iron farm you won't have to worry about that. If you don't, you're just going to have to dig up lots of iron if you want to do this. But I just did a simple light pole that you could put along your path, but it just gives it a little extra having that anvil there. It looks a little bit different. You could also just put a solid block there if you wanted, but then the walls would attach to the solid block. So that's one plus about using the anvil, is that the walls won't attach to it, so it gives you that separation. And then over here I did a rather fancy light pole to show you that you could really use your creativity to do a lot of different things. I have slabs, carpet, a post, and then the wall comes up to an anvil, and I have hoppers on two sides of it. The hoppers, because they come down kind of into a gradual point, it looks like they're meant to be there and hold the lantern. I didn't put hoppers on all the sides, otherwise the anvil would disappear from view. And I did these lanterns a little bit, just one block higher. It just gives a breakup to look at instead of something that's straight across and completely uniform, yet it still looks very nice. And it's just, your eyes are drawn and attracted to different things that look really good and catch your attention rather than just straight things across the board. And then I've added a pole, or not a pole, wall on the top with the lantern as well as the blocks, and it's very nice to look at, and it has a lot of different levels of, you know, height, depth, and stuff like that to make it look nice. And you don't necessarily have to do it that tall. I wanted to do it that tall, so that's some different variations of lights that you could do. There's so many more, but I'm trying to keep this down to simple basics that you can do just to upgrade your base a little bit. Over here I wanted to talk to you about some of the color combinations that work together very well, but people generally don't use them together because they don't realize that the palette looks very nice together. So a royal blue and an orange is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of times it is pretty equal to the colors that you would use between the blue and the orange. Same with cyan and orange and purple and orange. Orange goes with these colors very, very well. A lot of people use them in weddings because the colors go together so nicely and are very pretty together. Purple and lime green is an amazing combination that a lot of times is overlooked, and with this one for the most part, you would want the purple to be the primary color and the lime green to be the accent color. You can reverse it if you're careful about it. Mostly if you're just starting out, I would use the lime green as an accent color. Brown and a baby blue or brown and a baby pink go very well together as well. And generally with that, you want it to be pretty equal, with the dominant color being either the blue or the pink, and the browns being, you know, mostly borders, accents, different things like that. Purple and gray and pink and gray also go very well together, depending on whether you're looking for a darker combination with the purple or a lighter a darker combination with the gray or a lighter combination with the gray. Generally, these are pretty equal colors as well. Okay, here we have a palette of a lot of red blocks. So if you want to build something that's colored and you don't know what blocks you would use, lay out all your red blocks. Go into a creative world, go into your creative inventory for search items, and just look through here and pick out every red block that you see. Put it in your inventory and then lay it all out and look. And make sure to remember that blocks can be orientated in different ways. So these 3 blocks are the same shulker. This shulker would be attached to the back wall. This shulker would be attached to the block below it. And this shulker would actually be attached to a block in front of it. But if you break the block in front of it, it doesn't break the shulker, and it gives you this beautiful swirly pattern. So shulkers are great for storage, but they're also really great for decorating. I know on Roguecraft, Gregor had built me a giant pink teddy bear, and it was absolutely gorgeous, and he used shulkers in this orientation for the eyes of the teddy bear. And that was just absolutely amazing to see a shulker used like that. So lay out all your blocks and see what you have, and see what different textures you can come up with, and what blocks would go well together. And I laid out purple here to just show you that, you know, I mean, you can do that with any color. And I chose red and purple to show you that 2 colors you normally wouldn't think of putting together can be brought together by 1 block. So if you wanted to, you could do a red and purple build using this to combine the colors and tie them in together. Okay, for the paths on the ground, this is a path block. And again, it's something that your eyes are just staring at the same thing, looking at the same thing. There's no depth, there's no dimension, there's no extra color or anything. So then if you come over to this path, you have a lot of things to look at. There's coarse dirt, podzol. I put composters in here and filled them up. It looks like maybe a little gathering of a bunch of dirt and rocks, or possibly an animal had to go to the bathroom. The stone brick I don't think was actually meant to be there. And then I used glowstone with brown glass, because the brown glass goes with all the browns. And the trapdoors I like to put either on top, and you still get that little color of green underneath it, or I like to put them right down in the floor, and you could put lighting underneath them as well if you wanted to. So this just breaks up the path and kind of makes it look nice. You could put some like mossy cobble along the side to make it look like there's stones, you know, on your path if you wanted. And it's just more pleasant to look at, and your eyes have more places to go, and you have different height levels, so you have different dimension. And the last thing I wanted to tell you guys was not to forget to use add-on blocks. And add-on blocks would be something that is not a full block that goes on to other blocks, like buttons. You could use like spruce buttons in here to make like little pieces of wood along the path. You could use buttons on your light, well, I don't think you can put buttons on the walls, but the blocks up top you could for a little extra dimension. I used buttons on the walls to give us that third level of dimension beyond the stone brick walls I put in there and the stone. So buttons are really good. These can look like little pebbles along a river if you put buttons down. Trapdoors are really good for adding another layer, like with the flowers. It adds a layer, you know, all the way around it, or they can be used for shelves and numerous different things, because it's, like I said, it's not a full block, it goes on a block, and because of the movement and everything, you can get different ideas out of trapdoors. Levers are great to be used in sinks for faucets, shower heads, things like that. It's another block. It's not a full block, but woohoo! I thought that would work. I don't do much redstone, so I didn't even think about that when I placed them down. Does the button work too? It does. Okay, we're not here for redstone. We're here for decorating. Rails, any of the rails really. This one I know a lot of people have used on top of a stove because it looks like a hot burner. You can use rails over logs to make it look like they're kind of tied down, strapped together. Pressure plates are great for just a little added dimension, like on here, you know, a spruce pressure plate. Whoa, whoa. That was crazy. A spruce pressure plate on here would give a little bit extra color and just a hair more depth. Let's get one so I can show you. And I got dark oak, but you can still see the green around it as well. So it gives you a little bit of height, but it doesn't take away from the entire other block. Same with ladders. If you want to go vertically with decoration, ladders are great ones to use because you can see the block behind the ladder, but it also gives you another layer so that you have two layers, but it's not a full block. Slabs are also great to use. And don't forget that glass panes and iron bars can be used as a singular post if they aren't attached to anything. If you have them not side by side, they're not going to attach. So you can use them as just a simple post with a light on it or a light hanging off of it. And that is a really easy way to make your base look really nice and not have just a mess of lanterns or torches anywhere. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed these simple decorating tips, and I hope that you'll use them in your world. I would love if you guys would comment below and let me know any decorating ideas you're looking for. Maybe we'll take on and redo that village back there, or maybe we'll build some other things. I would love to get ideas from you guys to help you learn different things to do in your world to decorate so that it isn't just plain, because Minecraft is beautiful and we should all have beautiful bases, and I'd love to help everybody with that. So please comment below and let me know what you thought and if you have any ideas. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this, hit that thumbs up and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe too, please, because it really helps the channel out, and check out any links I have posted in the description. Bye guys!